Mr. SonicHaXD, we're so happy you're finally talking about that piece of turd known as Raiden. He has plagued this franchise for too long due to his actions in MK9. Tell us, how are you going to destroy this useless garbage with facts and logic? What hashtag should we use to cancel the Thunder God? Raiden did nothing wrong.
That's right. You thought me not hating Devourer was the worst I can get? Nah. This isn't a Raiden sucks video. This is a in defense of Raiden video. Y'all got bamboozled. Throughout the years, I've heard plenty of people blame Raiden for all the bad things that happened in MK9, but I don't 100% agree with that. So today, we're going to take a deep dive into what Raiden did in the story mode of Mortal Kombat 2011. The good, the bad, and the stupid. Let's start at the very beginning, which is the very end of the original timeline. Dark Raiden sends a message to his past self to prevent Armageddon. So interestingly, I asked my community how you guys feel about Raiden, and surprisingly, a majority of you blame future Raiden's he must win message for screwing up the timeline and causing present Raiden so much pain deciphering this message. Now, I also don't think he must win is the right answer, but at the same time, these are the last words of a dying man who is desperately trying to come up with something, and he only has seconds to say it. Let me change the angle here and ask you the viewer, what should he have said? Liu Kang must win. That's not entirely correct, due to the ending of the game. Shao Kahn must win. A lot of people genuinely believe this is the right answer, but it's not. If Shao Kahn wins the tournament, Outworld will be able to merge with Earthrealm without breaking the rules. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think Raiden should have said here. Tell me in the comments. But here's what I would have said.
Oi, then I say.
Liu Kang win, Shao Kahn win.
Another thing I'd like to mention here is Raiden's ability to send messages and visions to his past self. That's pretty freaking strong. You can warn yourself of any bad outcome and prevent like a trillion bad things from happening. I had a theory in my Chronica Sucks video that the main reason she wanted to get rid of Raiden
there will be no Raiden
is not because he killed Shinnok, but because he can rewrite history. Raiden sending a message to his past self altered the timeline so much that Chronica had to show up and intervene. Raiden is basically a mini hourglass, and yet he never learns how he did it. He never pursues this OP ability. Why? Maybe it can only be activated when he's very desperate or almost dying. But to not research this for over 20 years? At first, I thought Raiden forgot about it. But Raiden does mention the visions to Revenant Liu Kang.
More visions, Raiden? You still see the future?
The visions are gone, but I know what should be.
I was put here by your hand.
An accident, which haunts me to this day.
So why don't you use them? Why did NRS give this script writing convoluted powers to Raiden? Now let's continue the story. Throughout the game, Raiden gives advices and helps many characters. He complements Johnny Cage's fighting skills, helps Sonya and Jax escape, tries to persuade Scorpion to not pursue revenge, helps Cyrax realize that the Lin Kuei are assholes, is Liu Kang's mentor, teleports fighters around, helps save Sonya, saves Smoke, helps Kitana pursue the truth, helps Jade. Well, almost didn't, saves Johnny Cage, forms the team to save Earthrealm from the invasion, recruits Cabal. I feel like Raiden did do a lot of good in the story. However, I think most people forget about it, or nullify it, because most of the characters that Raiden helps die at the end, or like Scorpion who rejects him, or like Cyrax who turns into a mindless cyborg. Ultimately, those don't matter.
Those don't matter.
I think the real reason why people hate Raiden come from 3 key moments. The first one being Kung Lao. People aren't mad at Raiden for sending Kung Lao out to fight when he wasn't prepared. People are mad at Raiden because he didn't warn Kung Lao of the snap. People have blamed Raiden for Kung Lao's death for years. It's been memed so much that even MK11 mentions it.
Shao Kahn snapped my neck in the arena. Raiden saw it coming and did nothing.
But let me give you my input here. I think it's genuinely implied that Raiden didn't notice Shao Kahn. Heck, I think no one in the crowd noticed either, unless they were all in on it. Let's try to think of it realistically. If you saw Shao Kahn stand up and started walking towards Kung Lao, would that be weird? Like, maybe he's just trying to get close and talk shit to him. But when Shao Kahn gets really close, that's when alarm bells go off. But by then, it's already too late. In the end, if you still want to blame Raiden for Kung Lao's death, that's perfectly fine. But I personally think the one to blame is the one who motherfucking murdered him. That was a completely unfair kill, a low blow. They never acknowledge each other. They haven't challenged each other.
Face me in Mortal Kombat.
And this isn't a battlefield. This is a tournament. And he assassinated him. In front of thousands. In his own tournament.
He killed a guest beneath his roof. That's something the gods can't forgive.
The second key moment why people hate Raiden. The Sindel massacre. In chapter 15, Sindel shows up in the church and kills almost all of Earth's defenders, and this is Raiden's fault, because he went to consult the Elder Gods with Liu Kang, and wasn't there to help them fight Sindel. So, yes, technically this can be Raiden's fault, but let's look into this a little more. These are Earth's mightiest heroes, and they've been handling themselves pretty well. Sub-Zero took down both Goro and Kintaro by himself. So unless Shao Kahn himself shows up, or he throws an entire army at them, what could go wrong?
What can happen?
Picture my booty.
Another thing to note, they have literally been standing around, doing nothing, for 2 chapters. If Raiden consulted the Elder Gods anytime before Sindel came, no one would give a shit. Taking Liu Kang with him was a weird choice though. Like, you totally could have left him with the others. Heck, Liu doesn't even say anything to the Elder Gods, he just stands there and stares awkwardly. Wait. I just thought of something funny.
You will stay close to me.
Great,
Close as a shadow, and twice as silent. We cannot win without the Elder Gods.
But Master,
Liu Kang, close as a shadow.
Was Liu Kang just obeying Johnny Cage?
Get out.
In the end, Sindel turned out to be stupidly OP, so Raiden is at fault. And that's perfectly fine if you think so. But to me, I really think it was just bad timing. I don't see anyone complaining when Raiden consulted the Elder Gods in MK11. Twice.
I must confer with the Elder Gods.
What if Shao Kahn ambushed the heroes right then and there? In chapter 5 of MK11, Raiden consults the Elder Gods for 2 chapters. So he wasn't there to help KK and Jade. And he didn't stop Sonya and Johnny being captured by Connor. Don't see anyone making a fuss about that.
Have I arrived too late?
You're back for minute time.
Ultimately, I don't really like blaming Raiden for a happenstance. Now let's get to the final key point. Liu Kang. Throughout the game, Liu Kang will follow Raiden's orders, with no hesitation. But when Raiden doesn't want to save Kitana, Liu starts to slightly reject Raiden.
But there is no time. We must return to the tournament.
but you are responsible for her capture. You persuaded her to turn against Shao Kahn.
And then it's Kung Lao's death. And then it's Kitana's. And when Raiden wishes to ask for Quan Chi's aid, is when Liu Kang completely loses faith in Raiden.
I had prayed it not true, but you have gone mad, Raiden. Your visions, they are nothing. Delusions of an addled mind.
I personally really like this conflict they have. Raiden wants to change the future because of his visions, and trusts the Elder Gods with all his heart, while Liu Kang thinks Raiden has gone insane, and believes that these visions have done nothing but harm them.
If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?
When Raiden brought Liu Kang with him to the heavens, I kind of wish he talked shit to the Elder Gods.
May the Elder Gods protect you.
I kind of wish Liu Kang turned around and said, "Fuck the Elder Gods, Raiden."
This all culminates to their final showdown. Raiden wants Shao Kahn to come to Earthrealm and win, and Liu Kang wants to stop him here and now. Raiden tries to convince Liu Kang one last time.
Have faith in the Elder Gods. Have faith in me.
But to no avail. And so they fight. And this is where key point number 3 happens. Raiden kills Liu Kang.
And I thought going out in a cutscene to Quan Chi was bad enough. This time it's an accident. An accident. Who kills off the main character in an accident?
By the gods, no!
Could he have used his thunder hand massages to heal up Liu Kang? Maybe. Or maybe it was fatal. So there wasn't anything he could do. Could he have turned his lightning powers from kill to just ouch?
Ouch.
Maybe. But I think something to note is that Liu Kang was going to kill him. Liu was charging up the same move he used to kill Shao Kahn. So maybe Raiden panicked. Or maybe he thought he needed to use more electricity to stop Liu Kang's powerful move. Regardless, even though it was an accident, it is still Raiden's fault. But he did it because he wanted to save Earthrealm in his own way. Now there's one more thing to bring up, and it kinda irks me to talk about this. In MK11, it was revealed that Kronika is the reason why Raiden and Liu Kang fight.
But in each one, events transpire to bring Liu Kang and I into conflict. In each one, he dies, goes out like a complete scrub, gets fully wrecked by me, absolutely bodied every time. Even Shang Tsung thought I was going too far in DC Universe. Shang Tsung! Shang Tsung!
Shang Tsung!
That's how much of a little bitch Liu Kang has become in the recent era, so you can see how much of a problem it was when he faced me. The God of Thunder, the ultimate combatant in all the realms, the chosen of the Elder Gods. I don't know why Raiden is so arrogant in this bit, but I'm going with it. And then, but yes, he went out like a complete bitch in every single one of them. It is a true shame that he didn't take these nunchucks. Yes, we're still keeping this bit going.
So in the end, it didn't matter if it was an accident or not. Raiden was destined to kill Liu Kang because of Kronika. I don't like using Kronika as evidence, but whatever, I'm here to defend Raiden. So take my updated autopsy report. I think the most tragic thing about this is the end of this buttered version of Liu Kang. I really wanted to see more of this Liu Kang that rejects Raiden's teachings. I wish in MKX that he was also revived, and we could see what this Liu Kang would be like after the events of MK9. Would he still hold a grudge against Raiden for 20 years? Would he wish to have nothing to do with the heroes and live in solitude? How would he feel about Dark Raiden?
You fail, Earthrealm.
Your anger dishonors you.
You know nothing of honor.
These are all interesting directions this version of Liu Kang can go, but all we get is a generic bad guy Revenant Liu Kang, which makes it so the player would obviously side with Raiden, completely wasting the potential of this conflict. And the thing I personally hate the most, and probably the thing I hate the most about MK9 story mode, is that Raiden was right. Let's jump back in time where Raiden was consulting the Elder Gods. In the original game, Shao Kahn had a backup plan if the Mortal Kombat tournament didn't work out.
If Sindel, the Emperor's legal wife, were to turn up in the rival realm, he would have the right to travel there personally to retrieve her, presumably to prevent her from being abducted and use as leverage against him. As such, he has Shang Tsung resurrect Sindel in Earthrealm and place her under a mind control spell, commencing the invasion.
Shao Kahn takes advantage of a loophole in the rules of Mortal Kombat, which is why the Elder Gods allow the invasion. In MK9, however, it's completely changed. There's no more amazing plan that Shao Kahn had 10,000 years ago, and the reason Outworld can't invade Earthrealm is not because of Mortal Kombat, but because
Sindel's ward prevents me from setting foot in Earthrealm.
And the Elder Gods are doing anything to prevent the invasions.
She realized that the safeguards afforded by the Elder Gods through Mortal Kombat are but fiction.
Seriously, you useless fucking deities. Wasn't the whole point of Mortal Kombat because Shao Kahn and the Outworld army were too strong? So they created the Mortal Kombat tournament to give the other realms a fighting chance, and not just be invaded by the OP Outworld army. And yet in MK9, Earth just gets invaded by the OP Outworld army, cause the Elder Gods don't give a shit. But when Raiden consults the Elder Gods, it's finally revealed why the Elder Gods have been so useless.
Invasion is not itself a transgression. It is the merger of realms that is prescribed.
So let me get this straight. The reason why the invasion is possible is because NetherRealm Studios, not Midway, NetherRealm Studios added this new epic rule to spice up the new timeline. Raiden has been around for Earthrealm's Mortal Kombat tournament for at least 1,000 years. Heck, he might have also heard about Edenia's Mortal Kombat tournament 10,000 years ago. And yet Raiden, ageless and wise beyond measure, just now hears about this new rule? Yeah, Raiden should have read this up in the Mortal Kombat Bible rulebook. Do the Elder Gods just want Shao Kahn to win and merge all the realms to bring back the one fucking being? I got a big fat question. What does merging mean in this game? We've seen this depicted in other MK mediums, but I'm very confused as to what it means in this game. We see Shao Kahn coming into Earthrealm through a portal. Not just any normal portal. A big, black, slow portal. Is this the merging? Maybe not, since Shao Kahn isn't punished by the Elder Gods yet. As a kid, a wee little GGmon, I always thought the reason the Elder Gods punished Shao Kahn was just because he entered Earthrealm. And honestly, I still don't know if that is the case or not. Shao then beats the shit out of Raiden for about a minute, and finally when Shao Kahn says, "I have won," do the Elder Gods interfere? So, with Shao Kahn talking to the Elder Gods, the merging? You can see in the background of the stage that part of Outworld is appearing around the buildings. Does that not count as the merging? So which one of these constitutes as the merging? They literally should have shown up way earlier, yet they were probably enjoying Raiden's torture or something. Do your fucking job, asshole.
Do your job!
After being fashionably late, the Elder Gods finally show up to punish Shao Kahn. They shoot a laser beam, and it does nothing. Excuse me while I go watch fatalities performed on Tessatrian to calm myself. What the fuck? These are the guys who defeated the One Being and created the 6 realms, and they can barely tickle Shao Kahn's nipples. Even Kitana was better at that. It's thanks to Raiden for softening him up that the Elder Gods were able to defeat Shao Kahn. Fucking useless piece of shit. Fuck but fuck shit. This is now the Elder Gods suck video, and to top it all off, one of the worst things about this story is that Raiden was right. By trusting the Elder Gods, the heroes were able to prevail in the end. I don't want this. I don't want the Elder Gods to be right. Assholes who have new rules, and then don't abide by them, and their powers can only massage Shao Kahn's pecs. I want an alternate ending, where Raiden lets Liu Kang defeat Shao Kahn, making the moral of the story to carve out your own destiny, and not let visions of the future waver what you believe is right. But no. Instead, the moral of the story is religion. Trust in the Elder Gods. If you don't know what to do, as long as you believe in the Elder Gods, everything will work out. Yay. Let's conclude this before I lose my freaking mind. Raiden definitely did make mistakes. Like, when he went to Netherrealm to negotiate with Quan Chi, Raiden used the souls of the fallen heroes for Netherrealm's help.
I offer the souls of Earthrealm warriors who die in this conflict.
But he didn't know that the human souls were public domain, so Quan Chi could just take them for free. That's dumb on Raiden's part. Wait. There's something kind of weird that Quan Chi says here.
You see, their souls are already mine. Shao Kahn's payment for Netherrealm's allegiance.
What?
What do you mean?
Shao Kahn's payment? Does Shao Kahn have jurisdiction for who gets the souls? Did Quan Chi need Shao Kahn's powers to make revenants? No. He revived Sindel himself, and in NKX, he was gonna turn Johnny into a revenant without Shao Kahn. This one line is messing with my freaking mind. Back to the point. Raiden did make mistakes, but they were mostly accidental.
An honest mistake.
I don't like blaming Raiden for the bad things that happened in MK9. In fact, blaming Raiden neglects the real culprits. The writers that made all these bad things happen around Raiden, and the Elder Gods for sucking ass. I'd like to make it clear, I do not like these tragedies in the story mode, but I don't hate Raiden for them. He helped people, he tried to guide the heroes with his visions, and despite my hatred for the Elder Gods, he trusted them, and won the war. So all things considered, I think this is a pretty good Raiden. If you want to see actual bad depictions of Raiden, I'd recommend Raiden from Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe, and Mortal Kombat 2021. He made so many bad decisions in MK vs DC, and he was an actual asshole in 2021. Let me end this video by doing a hypothetical scenario. If you were put in Raiden's situation, where you get a message from the future, and you must use this info to prevent Armageddon. Needless to say, you also don't have prior knowledge of MK9's story, so you don't know the true meaning of he must win. Would you do better? Could you save more people? And could you handle the BS stuff the writers were going to throw at you? I don't know if I can. But I think this Raiden that we did get did his best. Okay, but seriously though, if I were Raiden, I'd recruit Reptile, tell him I can bring back Zaterra, we'd get married, have a happy family, and I'd take our lizard army to wipe out our world. GG easy.
Oh, no, you see, that's just clickbait, I was actually defending you for the whole entire video, really.
I suck, do I?
No, you misunderstand.
Is that what you think?
I just wanted to attract the haters to watch this video, and that's why I decided to make it like that. But no, I do not think you actually
Listen, buddy, I'm under a lot of stress.
I know.
My future self didn't give me much to go off. I'm doing the best I can with the information I was given, which isn't very much.
If
you actually paid attention to the story, you could tell I don't have much to work with. But no. You just want an excuse to dunk on someone because that's your gimmick.
You didn't even watch
this
my
Mortal Kombat thing, or this Mortal Kombat character sucks.
Maybe this video is a Raiden sucks video then. How about that, huh?
Well, you
Did
know
you ever think about that?
I've had enough.
What you gonna do about that?
It's time for you to meet the Elder Gods.
No, not again. I have no idea how it's gonna look.